Hello everybody, welcome to December's Angel Card Guidance and Messages. I'm so excited to be bringing this last message of the year to you. Oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but this year has gone by so fast for me. There's been so many beautiful big events, but wonderful at the end of the day. I wanted to talk a little bit about last month because I was all like, yeah, it's going to be super easy and like super fun, and then holy moly, I don't know about you, but it was a lot a lot of healing, a lot of opportunities to go inward and really purge what's no longer working in our lives. And at the same time, it really makes sense, because if you think about gearing up for winter, really going into that hibernation state, with what you want and what you choose. So it was a great opportunity to purge, and I feel super excited about everything that shifted for me. So I hope you've been finding the same and the blessings within the release that has come forward for you. So this month I had very specific guidance to call upon the beautiful Lord Ganesh for your reading for the end of the year. And I love Ganesh. For those of you that know me, you would know that I even had called him into our wedding to remove any obstacles that would be in our marriage and our relationship, just because he's such a powerful entity and force. And I think I've talked about him before as well in some of my readings. So I'm just really excited that that was the request coming in. So I'm just going to get you just to take a breath in. They're asking you just in order to receive as well, just to really take that moment with all the busyness of the holidays that's been going on, and just really allowing yourself just to breathe down to the lower belly. So just breathing in love and grace and letting go of anything that no longer serves. Those feelings within, any stagnancy in your body, just letting it all go with each and every breath. So I'm just going to do an invocation. It feels important to call in the angels just for this time of year, as there can be a lot of family stuff coming up for people, and just the busyness of the season in general, with winter emerging as well. So we're just going to call upon your own personal teams of guides and angels, any master saints or prophets, or any other benevolent beings of the highest light and truth and greatest good, to call in for all these divine beings to support you, allowing yourself to receive fully and wholeheartedly all of the beauty and blessings that are in your highest and greatest good. For all this and more, we give our divine gratitude and thanks in advance. So we thank you, angels. We thank you, guides. We thank you, ancestors past and alive. We thank all of you for showing up and supporting us with pure, divine, unconditional love, knowing that you are here to support us in our highest and greatest good. For all this and more, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. So, woo! Revelation. That's a pretty powerful card to call upon for the end of the month. So I'm just going to ask Ganesh if he would like to go in a little bit about what he'd like to say. Oh, okay. So it feels, what's coming forward is that a lot of aha moments have been coming forward for lots of people. And it feels like even up until the end of the year, you're going to get a lot of insights of what you need to do, what you need to complete, who you need to let go of, what's serving you, what's not serving you. And it's funny because he's reminding me, like, yeah, you know, this whole journey this year of the constant repeat of reminders that you've been getting, it's all coming to this. Like, it's all being released, all coming to this pinnacle point of really claiming your truth, your beauty, and what you're here to do. So he's very playful with this energy. I just see him kind of giggling and dancing around. To me, he's like this beautiful, massive elephant that just has such a joie de vivre to him. Like, he just is radiant, and he plays the flute, and he just loves to have fun, but he's also this like fierce warrior where he's got you. Like, he's just got your heart, and he's going to clear out anything and everything that's in your way. So he's just letting you know this plowing of this constant reminder to keep coming back to yourself this year has really been coming forward. And it's been interesting because I've noticed a theme almost with every month. It's like that repeating reminder, go inward, look at what's not working for you, like really showing up to things you wanted to try. And so it's almost like this repeating to not let you off the hook, so you get to live your life for you. So it's those beautiful reminders they can bring in, as frustrating that sometimes as they might be, are all building up to that final release of willingness to let them go. Because I mean, how many times can you consciously come back to the same thing and not do something about it? You can choose time and time over that you're not ready, but eventually that willingness, when it comes, it allows the shift to happen internally, and then all of a sudden your external world changes with it. So Ganesh is asking you, anytime this holiday season, or even within winter, where you are feeling rushed or just internally unable to get settled and grounded, just to call upon his beautiful energy of clearing and releasing any and all emotions that no longer serve you, any situations, people. And he's even saying you'll notice, even if you invoke him before a Christmas party, that you might not connect with the people that tend to drain you or trigger you, that you'll all of a sudden just be connecting with all these beautiful bright lights and have a really good time at things. So it's also really being mindful of the space you're going into, and if it's aligned, like what are you going into out of obligation or guilt? Are you taking time for you to make sure you have some grounding within your day? And it doesn't even have to be anything big. It can be like in the washroom and just taking time to breathe while you're releasing. What a better way to do it. and to just really call back in that intention of what you want to create in your life. So for me, I'll share a little bit for you. This year for me has all been about healthy living. And it's been fascinating because I've noticed a lot of resistance to certain aspects of myself. And I will say working out and exercise has been a big one. Like even as a kid, I was like, I do not get why we have to do the Terry Fox run. Like I understood why we were doing it, but I just didn't get the running around the track because it was always something I hated to do. But I have found the most amazing trainer because the willingness to keep coming back and like, I know this is an important piece for me in my life. And I found the most beautiful woman who is a law of attraction, not just like me. And she makes it so you want to show up to it. And I've been finding exercise fun for probably the first time in a long time in my life. And I'm actually excited to show up to it in my week, and we're moving from that place of excitement and joy rather than that fierce like push energy that just like kind of drains you, and it isn't sustainable because it's not building it up for a lasting change. So I will say this has been on my mind, I won't lie, for years about making this change. And this year I constantly going back to it, and it's like, well, how can I do this differently? How can I do this to show up from a place of love within myself and that of enjoyment and what I want to do? Because if it's not fun, what's the point of doing it? Like truly, we're here to live this beautiful life, and I don't want it to be grueling just to get my body moving. Like I want to enjoy the ease of it and to get myself back into the feeling of that lightness and that flow. And that really came forward for me with this beautiful manifestation of this most amazing exercise coach, fitness trainer, that also does coaching with you to work through a lot of the emotional stuff and the saboteur. So it's this really awesome ability to work through your issues. And for those of you that don't have that as a block, I'm sure there's other aspects of your health that you might have found you want to show up into, or even just your learning. So I just use that as an example because that's been one of the things this year I've really wanted to shift within myself. And it took me almost this whole year up until the end of last month, of October, in order to find this beautiful woman to really set myself up for that. So that's repeatedly coming back to the intention that I set for myself, and that the movement of the body piece is really important to me. And it helps you transmute energy, so that's awesome. So I feel like what's coming in is just really embodying what makes you happy and what sets you up for success and how you want to show up. Like, what's your intention for parties? What's your intention for these gatherings with people? Do you get drained at the end of the night? Do you need recovery time from them? Because that normally shows that there's some energetic leaks that are happening. So just being conscious and mindful and really releasing judgment and just going to compassion. Because, hey, I always say this, and it's so true, if you would be showing up differently, you'd already be doing it if you could. And so it's not a fact of beating yourself up or punishment or, how could I do this? That may be a very big part of it, but that's when I tell that beautiful little ego mind to shush and just really come back to your heart and what's my resistance in this. And chances are there's going to be a lot of pieces of worthiness, or feeling you deserve to live this, or there's so many possibilities. I don't want to limit what might be coming up for you, but really truly checking into your heart, and what you need this holiday season in order to set you up for success, to be able to feel fully in balance and harmonized with what you're wanting to call in. So I have a very busy month ahead of me, full of amazing things, and I'm having a little bit of a celebration dance because I haven't been back to Portugal since I was engaged, and I have to have a bit of a laugh at myself because I have been trying to manifest it so hard that I just like wasn't getting put on pairings, or I wasn't available, or they go very senior, and I got my schedule this month, and I just had a super fun dance party because I somehow didn't see it on our roster, but we could choose. And then I have 2 days in Porto that I finally released the conscious trying to force energy and just allowed it to come in. So I'm so excited for this month coming up. And yeah, and I just want you to feel the same excitement and joy of living life, because I know even on my own journey, like, transformation is possible, and it just gets better and better. And had you talked to the girl like in high school that was 16 and just out to excuse my language, F the world. I'm not fully going there, but I am. and to this, like, it's just amazing to me. So I know for those of you that want it now and want to see the results now, and it's like, is this even working, and am I getting forward? Like, I keep feeling I fall back in this resistance. It's just like that stuff's just coming up because it's like deeper and deeper layers, and also it's shaking you to not give up on yourself. Because for me, if I still have something that consistently will come up, it has me really examine where I'm at and where I want to harmonize, and really what that represents, the deeper layers of that for me. And I'm really excited because I upgraded my Akashic to level 4, and I will say the issues out of my tissues were prominent, but the energy is just so different. Like, I feel very empowered and really excited about possibility of transformation. And that's just looking at all those niggly beliefs inside that don't support us. And really, I nerd out with this because I really love digging deep into the belief systems and why, how does that support us, or where did that belief come from? And I know I've talked about that before, but it's really exciting to me. And just the fact that I always live my transformations, so I know the possibility, just makes me even more excited for everyone to show up and to really claim their power back to make the changes and the shifts that they need in their life. So I wish all of you a very Merry Christmas for those of you that celebrate. For the rest of you, I just wish you a beautiful holiday season. I hope all of you just fall even more deeply in love with yourselves, with your lives, with the people around you, and that you can see the blessings that they bring forward and that connection, and that you can show up present and conscious to how you would love your life to go, and that you call upon your team of angels and guides and Lord Ganesh to just support you and make this like the yummiest, juiciest December that you've ever had. Go ahead, give yourself full permission to make this the most beautiful December, so at the end of the month you're like, yeah, that was great. I feel so good with all this connection and the support and the love. So I just hope each and every one of you, just really tunes into the juiciness of you, and you really truly know your worth and how much you mean to this beautiful world. So lots of love and abundance to all of you. Have a beautiful December. Bye.